This weather setup is about to get out of hand, and it's happening coast to coast. Flash flooding, Arctic cold, wildfire danger, and even snow, all at the same time. Happy Easter Sunday, but the atmosphere is definitely not taking a day off. We're tracking a powerful multi-threat pattern stretching across the entire United States, from the Gulf Coast all the way to the Canadian border. No region is avoiding this. And here's the crazy part. We've got flooding rains and accumulating snow happening almost simultaneously. Welcome to April in America. Let's break this all down so you know exactly what to expect. We're going to start out west, where things look quiet right now, but don't get too comfortable. This is the calm before things change. Conditions are dry, mild, even warm in spots. Cities like Los Angeles, Phoenix, Las Vegas, beautiful weather right now. Denver is also sitting pretty. But watch what happens as we move into Tuesday. That quiet pattern begins to break down. More on that in just a second. Now shift your attention up to the Pacific Northwest. This is where things start turning active. A cold front moves in by Tuesday. Seattle, you're looking at steady rain developing. And take a look at this. By later Tuesday, that rain transitions into snow across parts of northwestern Montana. If you're traveling along I-90 near Missoula or heading toward Glacier National Park, you'll want to stay alert Tuesday evening. Roads could get tricky fast. And it's not just light snow. This system brings gusty winds too, so conditions in the mountains could deteriorate quickly. Now let's drop down into the Rockies because another system is brewing. Monday night into Tuesday, a disturbance develops across the southern Rockies. Areas like Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Durango, you're likely to see rain showers develop. But here's where it gets interesting. By Tuesday, we could start seeing monsoon-like moisture pushing north into the central and even northern Rockies. Yes, in April. Some of these showers could even produce thunderstorms. That's not typical for this time of year, and it's definitely something we're watching closely. Now, let's move east because this is one of the biggest concerns over the next couple of days: fire danger. And not just any fire risk. We're talking about serious, high-end fire weather across the central and southern high plains. Here's what's happening. A strong Canadian high-pressure system is plunging south into the northern plains. At the same time, low pressure is forming over the central high plains. That creates a tight pressure gradient, and that means wind. Strong, sustained, gusty winds. Combine that with very low humidity, and you've got the perfect setup for rapid fire spread. If you're in western Texas, western Oklahoma, or southwestern Kansas, you need to be extremely careful. This is not the time for outdoor burning, not the time for anything that could spark a flame. Even something small, dragging chains, a cigarette, can ignite a fast-moving fire. Expect red flag warnings to be issued by the National Weather Service through Monday and Tuesday. Stay updated with your local alerts. This is a serious situation. Now, let's talk about the cold air behind that system, because it is intense. Arctic air is diving south, and it's going to feel like winter again across the northern plains and upper Midwest. Monday temperatures? Brutal for April. Minneapolis, you may not even get out of the upper 20s. That's daytime highs. Bismarck, possibly even colder. This is a significant cold outbreak for early spring. And that cold air keeps pushing east. By Tuesday, it reaches northern New England. Burlington, Concord, Bangor, you're looking at overnight lows dropping into the teens and low 20s. That's a hard freeze. If you've started planting or have sensitive vegetation out, you need to protect it now. This kind of cold can do damage quickly. Now, let's check the Great Lakes because here comes a fast-moving Alberta clipper. And as always, these systems move quickly. This one sweeps through the region on Monday. Upper Great Lakes, Green Bay, Duluth, Marquette, Sault Ste. Marie, you're dealing with snow showers and gusty winds. Snow totals may not be huge, but visibility and slick roads could become an issue. If you're driving I-90 or I-94, be cautious. Further south into the lower Great Lakes, Cleveland, Detroit, Buffalo, it's more of a rain and wintry mix scenario. That mix could freeze on elevated surfaces Monday night into early Tuesday. Bridges, overpasses, watch for slick spots during the commute. And after the system passes, colder air moves in, setting up some lake effect snow potential, especially downwind of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. Buffalo, you know how this goes. Now, track this system into New England because it actually strengthens as it reaches the coast. By Tuesday, we're looking at a developing low near coastal New England. Not quite a full nor'easter, but it has similar characteristics. That means different impacts depending on where you are. Northern New England, places like Burlington, Concord, Bangor, you're likely to see a band of light snow. Not a major snowstorm, but a few inches are possible, especially in higher elevations. Meanwhile, along the coast, Boston, Providence, coastal Maine, it's mostly rain, but the wind is the bigger story here. Gusts could reach 30 to 40 miles per hour Tuesday into Tuesday night. That's enough to cause travel issues. If you're flying out of Logan or Providence, check your flight status. Delays are possible with winds like that. All right, now we get to the biggest concern over the next 48 hours, and that's Florida. This is the one to watch very closely. Heavy rain is moving in, and flash flooding is becoming a real threat. Here's the setup. A cold front that moved through the east is now pushing south, but it stalls over southern Florida. And when a front stalls, that's trouble. It means repeated rounds of rain over the same area. No break, no relief. And it gets even more concerning. A subtropical low is expected to form east of Florida. That system will drive strong easterly winds straight into the coast, pulling in deep Atlantic moisture. Think of it like a constant stream of moisture aimed directly at the same region for days. That's how flooding develops. The highest risk area? East Central Florida. We're talking Orlando, the Space Coast, Titusville, Melbourne, and down toward the Treasure Coast near Vero Beach. Rainfall totals could reach 3 to 5 inches or more by Tuesday, with isolated higher amounts. Flash flood watches and warnings are likely. If you live in a flood-prone area, near canals or low-lying spots, you need to stay alert. Do not drive through flooded roads. Just a few inches of moving water can knock you down. 2 feet can carry away a vehicle. Turn around. Don't drown. That's not just a slogan, it's life-saving advice. Even down in Miami, rain chances will stay elevated as that front lingers, and this situation is still evolving. Rainfall totals could increase as new data comes in over the next 24 hours. Now, quickly back to Texas. Earlier today, we saw storms along the tail end of that front across southern Texas. San Antonio, down toward Laredo, had pockets of heavy rain and some localized flooding. If you're in the Rio Grande Valley or along I-35, check conditions. The good news is, this threat should ease later tonight as the system continues south. Texas is not the long-term concern here. Florida is. Now, let's take a quick look at temperatures across the eastern half of the country through Monday and Tuesday. Overall, we're looking at near to slightly below normal temperatures east of the Mississippi. Nothing extreme for most areas, just cool and unsettled. New York City, mid-40s on Monday with clouds clearing out. Atlanta, upper 50s to near 60, mostly cloudy with maybe a stray shower. Chicago, upper 30s with gusty winds making it feel colder. Kansas City, mid-30s with that Arctic air settling in. Memphis and Nashville, mid-50s Monday, but cooler air arrives Tuesday. And one more quick note. Iowa could see a rain-snoo mix by Tuesday morning ahead of a warm front. Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, watch for slick bridges during the morning commute. All right, let's wrap this up with a quick summary because there's a lot happening. Number 1, flash flooding risk in east central Florida through Tuesday. That's the top threat. Number 2, critical fire weather across the central and southern high plains, wind plus dry air. Number 3, the Alberta Clipper bringing snow, mixed precipitation, and wind across the Great Lakes. Number 4, Arctic air pushing freezing temperatures into the northern plains and Midwest. And number 5, the strengthening system bringing snow to northern New England and gusty winds to the coast. And don't forget that unusual monsoon-like moisture in the Rockies. Definitely something to keep an eye on. This is a very active and evolving pattern. Conditions will continue to change over the next 24 to 48 hours, especially in Florida, where flooding potential may increase. Make sure you're staying updated with local alerts, whether that's a weather app, NOAA radio, or your local National Weather Service. If this helped you out, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'll be tracking this system every single day until it clears. Right now, the biggest concerns remain flooding in Florida and fire danger across the high plains. Share this with anyone in those areas. It could make a real difference. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next update. Stay safe out there.